still lives only 4 blocks away from the house in Boston, your cousin Mary Mullen Nolan. Who's as surprised as you to be here tonight, I can tell you. How did Barbara's mother make a living when she had a family to support on her own?
Oh, she ran a speakeasy.
Now, I know what that means, but tell us exactly what was meant by a speakeasy then.
Well, those were the days of Prohibition, you know. And a speakeasy was a bar where the punching was made in the house, and the police were apt to raid any minute, and they did many times. Barbara's poor mother was on the run all the time.
And what did you do, Barbara, when there was a police raid? Hide under the table with your sister Winnie?
I did. Yes.
Sometimes hide the liquor as well, I gather, but we won't go into that now.
Yes. Well, whatever was necessary.
But in between raids, Mary, I believe that Barbara found time to dance.
She sure did. She'd do a jig at the drop of a hat, she would.
Did she win any cups for this dancing?
Oh, sure. 4 or 5 of them, I guess. When she was 7, she won the Massachusetts state. When she was 14, the New England championship. A few months later, the New York. And when she was 16, she was the champion step dancer for all the United States.
She must have been very proud of those cups.
Oh, she was. We were very proud of Barbara. And when her picture Jeannie came to Boston, the whole town turned out. And I'll say they were proud of Barbara.
Thank you, Mary Mullen.
Thank you.
Now, Barbara, while the dancing years go by in Boston, on Aran, your father, Pat Mullen, finds conditions no better than when he'd left. But one day, film producer Robert Flaherty approaches him and asks for help in making of a documentary film, which we all know, and which made Pat Mullen famous, and temporarily eases the poverty of the islanders. Needless to say, like us, you remember the film.
I do.
Man of Aran, a wonderful film. And you recognize, I'm sure, every step and stone and wave of this. Now, you yourself had never seen Aran, but to you, even then, it's home.
Oh, I knew every stone of Aran before I ever got to Aran.
And you got to Aran because somebody sent you £20 fare to make the journey possible.
Yes.
And you sail on August the 9th, 1935, on board the Samaria. 2 weeks later, you make the coast of Galway. Your brother meets you and takes you on the steamer over to Aran. As you step off the boat, a man driving a white horse rushes down to the quayside to greet you.
And when I saw you, my heart jumped up in my throat.
You hadn't seen him for 14 years then. Tonight he's aged 81, the uncrowned king of Aran himself, your father, Pat Mullen. Well, now, Pat, this must have been a wonderful moment in your life, and just as wonderful when later on you saw Barbara starring in her first part.
It was. I was so pleased, but I wasn't surprised because I knew it was in you all the time. And I know, do you remember when you were only 3 years of age when we lost you in Boston in the Independence Night celebrations? And I found you at 3 o'clock in the morning and you dancing a reel to the a tune played by an old Connemara woman on the sidewalk.
But, Barbara, when I said you were sent that £20 a moment ago, you said who had sent it to you?
Oh, my brother sent it to me. My brother, PJ.
PJ, Patrick Joseph. He also met you off that boat 29 years ago, and he'll meet you again tonight. Come in, your brother, PJ. PJ, will you tell us, how did you feel at that famous family reunion, eh?
Well, I was thrilled, of course, but I was terrified as well, you know.
Why were you terrified?
Well, I thought I might lose her, you know, again so soon, and she was so tiny, and I was so proud of her.
Well, you didn't lose her because she stayed with you for 3 years, didn't she?
Yes, and we got to know one another so well during that time. I remember how you used to dance when I used to play the accordion for you.
Well, I know, Pat, that that you've got your accordion right beside you there now, and that you've been practicing Boys of the Lock in case we could persuade Barbara to dance. It's St. Patrick's Week, Barbara, and your father's prepared to join you in a couple of bars. If you want to put your shoes off, that's up to you. Come on. Yes. Come on. Oh, yes, let's just see a minute. Come on, only a few bars. Go on, Pat.